Let's get more on this. We're joined by TRT World Analyst Ahmed Bedier in the studio. Thanks for speaking to us, Ahmed.
Thank you.
So we've seen the Crown Prince on a charm offensive, if you like. He's been travelling through Tunisia, Argentina. He's now at the G20. How do you think the Khashoggi incident is going to affect him and Saudi Arabia's international standing, firstly in the context of the G20?
Well, specifically in the context of the G20, it's basically his presence there is like the elephant in the room. Obviously, he's there. It's put some shadow over the G20. People don't want to discuss it openly. Again, the G20 is more about the economy. It's not necessarily a forum for human rights and other issues, but people, other leaders are uncomfortable being seen with Jamal Khashoggi. And those that are going to meet with him have already promised that they're going to raise the issue about Khashoggi. They don't want to be seen with, MBS in light of Jamal Khashoggi incident, the murder. And those that said have already said they're going to meet with him. They said they're going to press him on both the Jamal Khashoggi issue and the war in Yemen. So it's definitely, if it's going to be discussed, if it's going to be brought up, it's going to be brought up in that context.
It's a very tricky situation for him. You know, as you say, people are not even going to want to be standing next to him.
If they are going to be standing, because let's say if they are standing next to him or they meet with him, as some of them have promised to do, the first thing that reporters are going to ask when they come out, have you brought up the Khashoggi thing? And if they say, well, no, I haven't, that's going to make them look really bad, especially some of these European leaders. So definitely they're going to press him on the issue. For him, he's taking a gamble. He's taking this forum with the 20 top leaders of the world to say, look, I'm welcomed, I'm accepted. The Jamal Khashoggi issue has not affected me, when it really has weakened the Crown Prince himself and also Saudi Arabia's standing in the world. So he's becoming a liability. He's trying to show that this issue is behind him. He's moving forward. But really the only one that's sticking his neck out for Jamal Khashoggi is Donald Trump. And that's really one of the main reasons he's still around.
Now, MBS was known for his reforms in Saudi Arabia. Some say that perhaps he wasn't as altruistic as they were made out to be. But looking back on those reforms now, how are they going to be viewed?
I mean, people are forgetting about the reforms, if there were any. They've been overshadowed by his record of human rights abuses, and specifically the Jamal Khashoggi incident, the murder. I mean, that's just one of hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are lingering in Saudi prisons. Some have been killed. In fact, there's reports that somebody was killed after Jamal Khashoggi in prison in Saudi Arabia. And when we talk about the reforms, they opened up movie theaters. They allowed concerts to happen. They brought in WWE wrestlers, which is really fake wrestling. And they allowed women to drive. But the very same women who are campaigning for the driving, they've been put in jail. And there are reports that they've been tortured. There are reports now that women have been raped inside a Saudi prison. So the human rights record is definitely overshadowing the reforms, if there were any that were made, and the offense, the charm offensive tour that he took around the world. All of that is out the window. What haunts him now is Jamal Khashoggi, and in his death, as we saw in the Senate vote the other day in the United States, where almost 2/3 of the senators have voted to at least have debate on ending the support for the war. This same resolution did not pass last March. The difference here now is what happened to Jamal Khashoggi and the liability that MBS continues to have for Saudi Arabia.
Ahmed Bedier, good to speak to you.
Thank you so much.